Hola, muy buenos días a todos y bienvenidos a este webinar. Novedades tecnológicas para proyectos de biomasa, que ha organizado Expobiomasa e Inseltrade. Yo soy Jorge Benito y soy técnico de Avebiom y Expobiomasa. Y voy a dar paso a Sami Auvinen, de Inseltrade. Inseltrade es una consultora especializada en los servicios de entrada en mercado e internacionalización en España, Portugal y los países nórdicos. Estarán presentes en Expobiomasa con un conjunto de empresas finlandesas. Sami se encargará de presentar y de moderar este webinar. Buenos días, Sami.
Hola, buenos días. Muchas
cedo
gracias pues, por este evento y bienvenidos a todos los participantes. Okay, I will continue in English so that everybody will understand. However, I do also speak Spanish, so if you have any questions for me in the chat, for example, or in the questions, so you can also write in Spanish without any kind of problem. So, as Jorge said, we are a consultancy company specialized in opening the market for foreign companies. Mostly our clients are Finnish companies in the Spanish or Portuguese market. We're doing different kind of assignments, such as, for example, organizing this the stand in the Expobiomasa fair in May. So the purpose of this webinar is to present the Finnish companies that will be in the Expobiomasa, to give you a bit knowledge beforehand the fair, and so that you can visit us there. Of course, if you're not able to come to the fair itself, you can also contact us directly here in Spain, in Madrid, and we can continue the conversation also in that way. So the first company that we have here is ANDRITZ and Mr. Ilkka Venäläinen.
Buenos dias also from my behalf. My name is Ilkka Venäläinen, and I'm coming from ANDRITZ Oy, from the ANDRITZ Finnish company, and I'm responsible for, as we call it, power boiler operations in Finland, where we deliver different types of biomass boilers on the global market. In my presentation, I will briefly tell you about ANDRITZ Group and then our portfolio for different biomass products, and then to the main topic on biomass boilers, and end with the service and the summary. So ANDRITZ is a global company headquartered in Graz, Austria. We have operations around the world, over 280 sites and companies, and we are doing 7.5 billion euro annual revenues and have some 29,000 people altogether. We have 4 business areas: pulp and paper, which also the biomass boilers is belonging to, is clearly our biggest business area. Then also metals, hydro, and separation are the other business areas. Then going to our portfolio for biomass, we deliver equipment for biomass handling, preparation, and storage systems, conveyors, then biomass boilers of different kinds. Then a bit of a new product area for us is air pollution control equipment, including different types of filters, back filters, ESPs, and lately we have been also active in carbon capture equipment. This is an example of a plant that we have delivered to Germany for CO2 capture. It's like a demonstration plant. Then we also delivered dryers for biomass, gasifiers, pelleting machines, and complete lines. And then we also delivering services for the equipment on this field. The main focus in this presentation is the biomass boilers. So we have two product lines actually. The first one is the fluidized bed boilers, which is divided into bubbling fluidized bed boilers, so what we call an EcoFluid technology, and circulating fluidized bed boilers called PowerFluid. And our responsibility here in Finland is this bubbling fluidized bed boilers, which are good for wide variety of different biomass fuels, ranging from boiler size of 15 to 450 tons per hour steam, corresponding to 5 to 100 megawatt electricity. So far, we have more than 75 references on our reference list for EcoFluid bubbling fluidized bed boilers. The other product is PowerFluid. The product home for this boiler type is in Austria, in Graz, and it is also good for biomass fuels. In addition to that, they can also in the CFB burn higher heating value fuels like wood pellets and coal, and we have more than 50 references on that boiler type. Then a new product line that we have included in our portfolio is crate boilers. ANDRITZ acquired a Croatian company, Đuro Đaković, in November last year, and from there we now have available crate boilers, especially on the smaller size, say 10 megawatts and above, even up to 170 megawatt thermal capacity, from 2 to 45 megawatt fuel in heat input. This vibrating crate technology is good for different biomass fuels listed here. Then we also deliver crate boilers for waste fuels, where we have a external partner delivering the crate itself. The boiler will be delivered by ANDRITZ. In this vibrating crate technology, we deliver the whole boiler, including the crate. That is our own technology. Then going to the references on the EcoFluid bubbling fluidized bed technology. These are the references so far on the Iberian Peninsula. We have delivered 2 BFBs to ENCE in Navia and Huelva. Boiler size is 120 up to 195 tons per hour steam. Then in Portugal, we have references in operation now more than 10 years as also these ones in Setúbal and Casillas, and the latest reference in Figueira and the Foz with 150 tons per hour steam capacity, which started now a bit more than 2 years ago. We have also delivered bubbling fluidized bed boilers for biomass firing in Finland, in Sweden, in UK, and in US. In the US, this is the largest boiler that we had delivered so far, almost 300 tons per hour steam capacity. And in Sweden, we have delivered boilers with very high steam parameters, up to 140 bars, 541 degrees Celsius, for maximizing the efficiency of the electricity production. Most of these plants are, by the way, CHP plants, where we deliver not only electricity, but also heat in the form of steam or district heating, for example. On the circulating fluidized bed boiler side, we have references. The biggest one so far in Sweden, in Stockholm, Värtaverket, 467 tons per hour steam capacity. And in Japan, we have delivered recently altogether 15 CFB boilers for firing wood pellets and PKS, palm kernel shells. There was still is continuing a big boom of biomass boilers in Japan due to phase out of nuclear power and building biomass plants there, and we have been very successful there in delivering CFB boilers. An example of the crate boiler technology, on the vibrating crate technology, a plant in Glina, Croatia, 26 tons per hour steam capacity, and we have more than 10 units in operation in Croatia for crate boiler technology. On the service side, we have good coverage of services to help and assist our customers for different types of service packages for improving reliability and availability, and also 24/7 services to support in the repairs and NDT testing and inspections, for example, and also supplying spare and wear parts. And in this map, you can see the locations in the Iberian Peninsula. As a summary, ANDRITZ is an experienced supplier of biomass boilers of different types, including the related equipment and services. We deliver not only the boilers, but also biomass handling equipment and gasifiers, dryers, and pellet machines, as shown earlier. We have extensive, long knowledge of different biomass fuels. We know the challenges there is when firing these fuels, and we have a local service available for the customer support. So I will look forward to meeting many of you in the Expobiomasa fair in the second week of May in Valladolid, Spain. Thank you for your attention.
Thank you, Ilkka. Very interesting. We have one question for you. I think we have just 1 minute to get your answer, if possible. So sure. The question is, good morning. May we know who are your partners for the craze for waste to energy boilers?
Well, we have different alternatives for the crate. We have been doing some cooperation with Vølund, for example, in Denmark, and I think it was SFI company in Switzerland for the crate for waste fuels.
Okay, thank you. I hope this answers the question. So, okay, we will hear now from you and Clean Steel. The floor is yours.
Thank you very much, Sami, and hello everybody. I was able to check the participants list, and I was happy to see quite a few actually familiar names. So hello to my old friends, and nice to meet you, my new friends there. So y para avisar también que voy a hacer la presentación en inglés, pero si tenéis cualquier pregunta o comentario, podéis usar el chat box o escribirme directamente un correo en castellano. Entonces no hay problema en ese sentido. But I will start actually if Jorge is there helping me out with one video. So I'm from Clean Steel. I'm actually representing a couple of Finnish companies in Spain, but today we are focusing on Clean Steel, which is a specialized Finnish SME, so small and medium-sized company, to clean boilers, both bioenergy boilers, but also waste-to-energy boilers from different sizes. But we have this patented technology called smart blasting, so it's better to start with the short video in order for you to get a better idea what are we talking about. And then I have a couple of slides. So.
Smart blasting is a new, fast and effective technique for cleaning power plant boilers. It was created and tested in our laboratory by professionals with over 40 years' experience in different kinds of power plants. It's vital to get the best possible cleaning result. It helps you maximize your boiler performance and optimizes your efficiency ratio. You also get a longer life cycle for critical boiler components. In addition, there are no negative downsides like corrosion and erosion. We just remove all the slag. Technically, it's grit blasting by well-trained clean steel smart blasting professionals. Their job is not done until it's done. Depending on the boiler size and the type of slag, this usually means only 24 to 72 hours. Smart blasting is not only for very dirty boilers. It offers clear and measurable benefits for all boilers. So, give us your toughest job and let us help you improve your boiler efficiency. Clean has a new standard, Clean Steel Clean. Mission accomplished, on schedule.
So this was one of our references in a very big plant in Finland, in a paper plant, in a paper mill. But of course, we do, as I mentioned in the beginning, we do all kind of boilers, ranging from small boilers at, for instance, at sawmills, and then of course medium-sized bioenergy plants are maybe our biggest market, but then also very big waste-to-energy plants or paper mill boilers are the ones we clean basically. Just checking, Sami, can you see my screen?
Yes.
Okay, excellent. Yes. So I go on. Clean Steel in a nutshell, a Finnish company with more than 10 years of experience in cleaning different kind of boilers. Last year, if I remember right, we cleaned 80 something, more than 80 boilers, basically all over the world. So of course the main market is in Finland and Sweden, but we also do cleanings nowadays in France, Spain, Latin America, and in UK as well. In Spain we have references, 3 references actually. We have been cleaning Enso plant in Garray, Smurfit Kappa in Nervión in País Vasco, and then Encenavia once in 2018. So we are also known more or less known in Spain, but of course we are trying to strengthen our position there, and this is why we are here today. And obviously we're going to be at the Expobiomasa stand as well to share our experience and promote our technology called smart blasting. So basically the idea is quite I would say quite simple. You saw in the video that it looks like a traditional sandblasting, torreo con arena, but it's actually not. It has nothing to do basically with sandblasting, because with our smart blasting, it looks the same, but the grit is different, la granalla. So the grit we use is actually designed for cleaning boilers. With sandblasting, that is obviously designed for cleaning walls, for instance. So our grit is a little bit softer. You can actually, without any doubt, you can just clean the boilers 100% clean. Whereas, for instance, sandblasting, you need to always leave a thin layer of dirt on the heat transfer surfaces, because basically it's so rough, so hard material, the sand, that you can break the tubes otherwise. Smart blasting is a patented technology, as I mentioned. Our well-trained professionals do it. They come from Finland typically. Nowadays, actually, or this summer, we will bring a bunch of Spanish guys to Finland to get a training. So hopefully in the autumn time already, we will have a local people in Spain also doing this for clean steel. So the main thing is, as I mentioned, that it removes all the slag deposits from the power plant boilers. So that's very important, because when you remove all the slag, all the dirtiness, you can actually first of all stop the corrosion, which is very important. stopping the corrosion, of course, because well, basically after if you leave the thin layer on the boiler walls, then of course the dirtiness process, in a way, the fouling process starts very quickly again. It is faster method than sandblasting, and obviously what you get actually is a 100% clean, like a new boiler. It's a field tested method. We have almost 1,000 boilers already cleaned during the past 10 years. 7 countries, as I mentioned, and the customer satisfaction has been really good. So what are the benefits? Basically, depending on the client, some of our clients, they want to have as quick cleaning as possible, because sometimes the annual maintenance breaks are only like a couple of days or something like that. Some of our clients, they prefer to get a kind of like a new boiler. So they get the efficiency ratio up, they can use less soot blowing, they get a better flue gas flow, improved heat transfer, less fuel in some cases to produce the same amount of energy. So very different things that our customers value. The long-term benefits are obvious: less corrosion and erosion, longer life cycle for critical components, switch of market we are trying to push in Spain, that we are not talking about just cleaning the boiler, but actually we are talking about preventive maintenance. And this is something that has been quite difficult, or let's say it takes time in all the new markets to sell this idea that you shouldn't just compare the price of water washing or sandblasting in comparison to our technology, but you should take a look at the little bit longer term benefits as well. This is what you get. Well, this is just one photo. We have a lot of photos in our webpage if you want to check them. Really a good difference that you can see there. Take the next slide, Jorge, please. Just a couple of customer cases in the end here. This is a plant, big biomass plant in Sweden. They used to have sandblasting once a year with different varying results. And it took actually quite a long time there, 140 up to 200 hours. Then they switched to smart blasting. They only need to do one smart blasting maintenance break once a year in 72 hours. And obviously the result has been very good, and they actually signed a 3-year contract with us just recently. Next slide. Luviasaha small sawmill in Finland used to clean twice a year, but now it's smart blasting only once a year, and of course very quick cleaning there as well. And the last slide, if you go there, Jorge, is from Spain. I mentioned that we have been cleaning 3 different plants already in Spain. This is the plant that we cleaned last time, actually 2022 in January. So already it's been 15, if not 16 months since the last cleaning. So it really shows that, because previously they used to wash 3 times a year there, and nowadays it's only once a year, or even once in 16 months or something like that. So very, very happy customer there as well. Do I have any more slides, Jorge? Yeah, well, basically, why us? These are the couple of arguments why should you choose CLEANSTEEL. All right, thank you very much.
Okay, thank you, Saku. Okay, so the next one is Mr. Mika Muinonen and INRAY and their solution to control the quality of the fuel in biomass plants. So we see your presentation. Thank you very much. So I leave the word for you.
Okay,
Mika, please.
Thank you. And hello to everybody. So my name is Mika Muinonen, and I'm sales director in INRAY, and our expertise is fuel quality control. The fuel is the biggest cost in the power plants, and of course it's really important to take care of the quality, and there we have solutions. Technology-wise, our expertise is in X-ray technologies. We scan the fuel in real time and analyze the different components there from the fuel, and make everything automatic. We have also machine vision systems and also software to optimize the fuel quality control. Our company is founded over 10 years ago, and we started in Finland, and most of our installations are in Finland. And at the moment, there's more than almost 15 power plants that are using at the moment our systems for pricing the fuel what is coming to the power plants. So it has been changing quite a lot during last year. And offices we have here in Finland, and one office also in Malaga, Spain. Here you can see the field where we are operating, so the power plant area. And the scanners are installed to conveyors. It can be belt conveyor or chain conveyor. And then when the fuel is flowing on the conveyor, we scan it all the time and get data for that. And our products can be used, for example, as I mentioned, fuel pricing, also giving feedback to fuel suppliers so that they should improve their quality, for example. And then this can be used also to detect harmful objects like stones, metals, and sand, for example, since those are what you don't really want to get into the boiler, since those are giving harm to you. So when we detect something, we can also react it and take it out automatically. There's also it's kind of fuel storage control that can be used for optimizing the fuel mixes to boiler, so that you will get a more stable quality to the combustion. Here is shortly mentioned typical challenges what the fuel causes, or fuel quality can cause. If you are taking your quality control by taking manual samples or automatic samples, whatever, you have also high risk there that those are not reliable. And then if it's not reliable, then it's possibility that you will pay too much of your fuel. So most of the fuel trade is based on megawatt hours, and then even a small difference in moisture content can cause a big cost to fuel purchase. Then there's of course these impurities, what I mentioned. Sometimes it's hard to calculate how much you will get benefit if you take out these impurities that can break your equipment. But sometimes those can be really big ones, and you can see it maybe in the service breaks in the boiler. These heat surfaces can wear too early, or then there can be some conveyor problems or problems in screens and many places, and the cost can be really high. And one thing is the manual work. Depending the power plant size, it will take some manual work when you need to take the samples, make some treatment with them, take to the laboratory, make a reporting and that kind of things, and still you won't get very much information of the fuel, because there's always limit. When you're taking samples, you are only analyzing few liters or something like that, and when you are using our scanners, then you will analyze everything. So all that is going on the conveyors. And then is this boiler challenges. The better you control the fuel before you will burn it, and you can prevent some harmful things to even reach the whole boiler, then you will get the benefit. And of course, this one thing is that if you have several storage silos and you have real-time measurement, you can optimize the fuel mixes to make it better. So these are the challenges, and here's shown what our products can do. So the fuel quality control scanner can get this real-time data, and then we can detect these foreign objects, and you can remove those before breaking anything, and then everything is fully automatic, and also you will get the more stable fuel boilers. Of course, this all so that there's any sense to make this kind of investment is that you will need to get some payback, and payback comes from the different sources: the fuel pricing, the fuel trade, and improved availability of the plant, and less breakdowns, and also this reduced manual work. So this is a one calculation example from one power plant. I have two references here. So this is the newest one in Finland, about 90 megawatt thermal power plant, and they decided to renew their fuel quality control totally. So they bought everything what we had for this. So earlier they took samples manually, and then also they had challenges with this moisture thing, that they believe that they are paying too much for the fuel suppliers. Then there was a problems with the in screening house, some breakages came there, and also one thing was that they had a small storage silos, and that caused a challenge to get the optimal fuel mix to boiler. So now they ordered 2 X-ray scanners there, and also the machine vision system, so that they will see all the fuel what is going there, and also the storage model that will improve the fuel quality to the boiler. Then the other one example is a smaller one. It's about 50 megawatt thermal heat plant in Denmark. There we are. They don't take samples at all, also not in this plant. So all fuel is analyzed with our X-ray scanner, and they are using this information for fuel pricing. And last, just the examples, the sizes of the power plants where our systems are used. So the size range goes from this 50 megawatt thermal power plant up to 400. Those are the typical sizes for our customers. Thank you.
We can continue with LAITEX and Mr. Sami Koskela. So, floor is yours.
Thank you, Sami. As the other Sami said, my name is Sami Koskela, and I'm from LAITEX, working as head of project sales. LAITEX is specialized in material handling solutions, and we've been founded 37 years ago in 1986, and still family-owned business, and located in Finland, Lappeenranta, and we also have a office in Helsinki, just next to the Helsinki-Vantaa airport. And of course, we have some local representatives in different countries in Europe, in France, Portugal, Spain, and Poland. This year we will be doing roughly 28 million in revenue, and we have been profitable and growing for the past years. And currently we have some, let's say, approximately 100 employees, and let's say 1/3 of those are working in our engineering department. So we have a pretty strong engineering department in our own house, in-house. And of course, nowadays you always need these certificates, quality and health and safety and welding quality certificates. So those we have had for several years already. And as said, we are specialized in material handling equipment or solutions, and our projects are, let's say, divided into 4 different market segments. And today I will concentrate on the power and heat, which is also, let's say, the biggest market segment for LAITEX. But we also have a lot of projects in circular economy, metals, minerals, and mining, and also in the pulp and paper market. And then what we typically deliver to these different market segments is that we, for example, in power and heat, we supply fuel yards, which means basically the biomass receiving solutions, biomass receiving systems, screening, metal separation, oversized crushing, storage solutions, and of course all the equipment between those processes, and sometimes we even have automatic sampling systems and or this kind of INRAY system which Mika presented just before myself. So then we also supply fuel feeding equipment and also the ash handling, sand recycling, fly ash handling, additive feeding, and air quality systems which are typically in the power boiler supplier scope. So for example, ANDRITZ is one of our clients. I'm not going into details what we supply to mining and circular economy and pulp and paper, but just for you to know that these are also very important market segments for LAITEX, wherever material handling needs are, I mean material handling equipments are needed, we can most probably help our clients. And say we are full service technology company, so we are not only manufacturing equipment according to customers' needs, but we help the customers with the scope definition. We help them with the basic engineering, detail engineering. Then of course we manufacture most of our equipment by ourselves. Of course we use also subcontracting. Then if the customer needs electrification and automation systems, we can supply those as well. Of course, we can include the buildings and the erection in our scope of supply as well, and give, of course, commissioning supervision and as well the testing and trainings. And when the equipment have been erected and commissioned, we can supply, of course, spare parts and the aftermarket services as well. And here's just one slide of our service offerings. So spare parts, we do a lot of field services, refurbishments, not only to our own equipment, but also to other manufacturers' equipment as well. Modernizations and upgrades, if someone needs to have new equipment, or if some of our client has equipment which are at the end of the life cycle, we can go to see that, check the equipment, and also offer new ones and also erect them. We even have some service agreements with some of our clients. And as said, we have delivered different kind of solutions for 37 years. So we have delivered our solutions to more than 80 countries all over the world, either directly or indirectly through some bigger, let's say, EPC company or engineering house. And then some couple of selected references. This picture here represents pretty well or illustrates pretty well what we do for power and heat segment. So basically, this is the fuel yard product portfolio that we have, from the receiving all the way to the boiler fuel feeding silos. I will come back to this reference at the end of this presentation, so I will skip that. But this is a bit, let's say, special reference in Turkey, where we delivered the fuel receiving and screening, and also fuel transportation system to boiler, 35 megawatt boiler, and the fuel was poultry litter, so chicken manure, chicken litter, which is very corrosive, very sticky, very challenging fuel to handle. So, but luckily we had let's say reference of this kind of fuel back in 2007 as well. So we knew what kind of equipment needs to be delivered, and also for this project we delivered the bottom and fly ash handling system as well. Then this is also, let's say, pretty special kind of project in Estonia. The plant is burning oil shale and making shale oil, 240,000 tons per annum, and very big capacities, very robust equipment. And we in our delivery there was let's say significant electrification and automation scope as well. So they wanted to change the whole automation system and also all the electrification systems in this plant to new one, and we took care of that. Then this is more in the circular economy market segment. So we supplied the material receiving and storing, screening and storing equipment to one bio oil refinery, and also this project included electrification, full electrification, automation and instrumentation systems from us, and also the erection and commissioning. Let's say that during the past couple of years, many of, as you know, many of the clients have or power plants are ditching coal, so stop burning coal, and they need to change the fuel from coal to biomass. So we have had several projects, and now we have several references of this type of conversion projects where we supply new bio pellet or biomass feeding equipment to old coal plants. And these projects are always or have been located in remote islands, Guadeloupe, Reunion Island, and so on. So I think the next slide tells you some, let's say, what are the main challenges in these types of projects. So they are always executed in existing buildings, so there are beams and existing structures which needs to be considered in the design. So lack of space causing some collisions, and we need to take care of the maintenance facilities and also concentrate on the erection planning as well. And these projects have had pellet as a fuel, so it's easily explosive and also might be very dusty. So we need to really concentrate about the ATEX requirements. And also these exotic locations, as said, Guadeloupe and Reunion Island, they have some special requirements due to tropical environment. So those need to be considered as well. So every project is highly customized, and even if they, as you saw, look pretty similar on the outside, but still very customized projects. But luckily we have had several of these kind of projects and been very successful with these. I think that was end of my presentation.
Thank you. So Petrus, we have you online, right?
Yes, hello. Can you see the screen?
Yes, we do. So please go ahead.
Hello, my name is Petrus Taskinen. I work as a product owner here in PINJA Group. And PINJA Group is a software solution company specialized in industrial sector. So we offer our own software solution, especially in forest sector, bioenergy sector, recycling sector, and various manufacturing industries. Today we are concentrating to energy sector solutions and mostly for the fuel management solution. But first, a little bit about PINJA company. We represent in revenue wise around 50 million euro, and we have workers more than 500 at the moment. Most of those are of course software developers. We have customers around in 30 countries, so not only in Finland. And our customers, of course, represent all of these various software what we provide. In the energy sector, we have been in a business more than 30 years, so we have a long history, long business understanding of our energy customer needs. So about our Once by PINJA solution, which is targeted to energy sector, and we call it as a fuel management solution. And what is it about? So here is an example of the tools and modules what we offer in the energy sector. We try to help in our customers in fuel contract management, so planning the fuel contracts, what kind of contracts you need to make, what kind of fuels you need to have to produce the energy. We do the fuel supply chain planning, offer tools for the customers to help in the budgeting and planning how much fuel you need monthly and yearly take in order to produce the energy what you need. Also, regarding the planning, we also have tools for making the actual fuel orders for the suppliers, and we try in all our processes to make this as transparent and as possible, and also provide real-time information. So we have also possibilities and means to provide the real-time information to suppliers. So how many fuel loads have been ordered? Have there been any changes? How many loads have been delivered to the plants, and what is the fuel quality? That is the most important, to make the whole process transparent for all the parties. Then we have also solutions to help to actual transport coordination project. Many of the plant uses our system to plan and schedule the loads, truck loads, the plants, and help to reduce the excess time using in the plants. And some of our customers are located in very tough places, so to say, where the logistic might be very complicated, especially in the near the big cities, and there need to be well planned processes to take truck-ins. Also, we have tools to actually follow and calculate the storage inventory, in the storage management modules, and this means also outside terminals. If our customer has fuel terminals outside of the plant, we have possibility to monitor those terminals, take into account the whole company processes, but also, or especially inside of the plants, like in this picture background. When you have fuel yards, we have mean to means to follow how much fuel in energy content and how much money you have in your own stocks inside of the power plant. Then one of the most important functions in our system is to help our customers to receive the actual fuel. And in many cases that might mean in helping making the truck drivers in their operations at the scale and inside of the plant, but also the plant operators, for example, in a material sampling processes. Then we have means to help and guide the driver inside of the plant. When the truck or fuel truck has arrived to the plant, we have means to help the driver to navigate inside of the plant and locate the right place where to unload. If there are several trucks inside of the plants, we can give turns to the trucks that whose turn is to go unload, for example, next. Then laboratory analyses are also important because it's important for the customers to and base of the payment, of course, in the fuel management. So we have tools in our system to do better analysis, report those analyses, and have overall laboratory processes in a better level. The overall goal of our system is to help in every way of the power plant in a reporting perspective. So we try to collect all the information of this fuel management chain and form different kind of these industrial specific reports. For example, energy reports, sustainability reports, emission reports, and also without forgetting this reporting back to suppliers. So every way we try to form reporting in a real time, and also that all reporting is transparent towards the suppliers, but also to authorities. Here about some numbers of our solution. So our solution is used more than 70 customers, and this means in a plant specific that we have more than 300 unique plants using our system. Our customers, in many cases, we have smaller customers using the system, also less than 20 megawatt plants. Even we have 1 and 2 megawatt plants using our system, but we have also very big customers that can exceed over 200 megawatt. The customer revenue, of course, depends of the plant size, but like said, that we have different size of customers using the system, so the system is, so to say, scalable. Our customers are represented in 7 different countries. Most of them, of course, nowadays still are in Finland, but we are still every year expanding to new areas. There are a lot of different users using our system. Of course, inside of the power plant, even in one power plant, there might be 5 to 10 different people using our system, and there are different benefits for specific people to using our system. Very good example is that, for example, power plant manager is one person using our system, fuel purchaser is one using our system, then operators who operate the plant are one persons to use our system. Of course, the laboratory persons use our system, but also the suppliers who can follow through our system that what kind of deliveries they have made to the plant, what is the fuel quality that they have provided to the plants. Maybe the most important number that tells about how widely the system is nowadays used is that we represent around 100,000 full truckloads per each month. So more than 100,000 truckloads goes through our system every month, meaning that it's of course more than 1 million truckloads per year. Okay, that was shortly my presentation, and hopefully you have some questions for me. And if not, then hopefully I will see you in Valladolid.
So these are the 5 Finnish companies that will be in Valladolid, Expobiomasa, and we are waiting for you there, and you're most welcome. If any questions about the fair itself and well, about the stand of the Finnish companies, you can contact also myself, and I will give you the answers very quickly. The stand will be placed in the hall 2, Pavilion 2, and the stand 255. It is more or less, if I'm reading the map correctly of the fair, it's once you come inside the main entrance, you could go straight forward. It's just before the other hall, the other pavilion. And the next thing we have on the schedule is a presentation of a technical visit to Finland, which will be taking place in mid-June. So this will be presented by my colleague from Inseltrade, Mr. Jukka Kivijärvi.
Good. So my name is Jukka Kivijärvi. I also work for Inseltrade. So I'm Sami's colleague, and I'm responsible for sales and marketing in Inseltrade. Now, before I go to this presentation, I would like to remind you that all these companies who have presented so far, they will be in a Finnish stand in Expobiomasa, and the stand number is 255. It's in the hall 2, pavilion 2, and it's right where you go to the between two halls 2 and 4. So when you go from one hall to the other, you can find our stand there. And of course, you can contact all these companies directly, and if you want to have more information or if you want to meet them in the stand. But and of course, when you come to the fair, Expobiomasa fair, you can come there anytime and have a short chat. But if you think that you want to have a longer session with any company, like 30 minutes, and not to queue there and wait that you have a chance to talk, so then you can reserve a time slot from us. You can be in contact to my colleague Sami Auinen, and then reserve a time slot from Sami, and Inseltrade will help to coordinate all these longer meetings, so that nobody doesn't have to wait there a long time and think when have a chance to talk to people. All the companies and Inseltrade, all we want to be, we will be there all the 3 days. So any day of the fair, trade fair, you can agree to have a meeting or come to see us. Then about this trip, we arrange these trips every now and then, and they are business-to-business trips and have very professional and technical content very often. The previous trip we had 2019, and we got a very good feedback on that. So we decided now after Corona and many years to repeat the trip, and so the companies can get again in contact with each other and start to see if they have place for collaboration or other type of business. And this trip has a nature of a very practical nature, so it will have many visits to the plant sites and factories and companies. And then there will be also business to business meetings, like one-to-one meetings in the office. But I will tell more about that. So the objective of this trip is bioeconomy, a very wide scope. So we are not limiting this too narrow, you can almost consider anything that can be put under the term bioeconomy. For example, biomass energy production, circular economy, and waste to energy, sawmill, and the port business, manufacturing, and so on. And in addition to these visits and business-to-business meetings, then also we will discuss about the possibilities to make inversions in Finland, what kind of possibilities there are, what kind of funding is offered by Finnish authorities and different organizations. This trip will be mainly in Mikkeli area, where there are a lot of bioeconomy related businesses, and the other area is the Helsinki capital area, where then in Mikkeli area you will meet mainly the companies that are located there, but in Helsinki there will be also a possibility to meet companies from other parts of the Finland who will come to the place and to see you. So who this trip is targeted to, who should participate? We see that this could be a very beneficial trip to engineering offices, mainly in industrial engineering, power plant engineering, wastewater treatment plant engineering, infrastructure engineering, and so on. Then also sawmill plants owners and operators, also the port manufacturing, then wastewater treatment plant operators, and different type of infrastructure construction, mainly related to the industrial infrastructure, not so much the civil infrastructure. And this trip is organized in collaboration with Avebiom, with Miksei Mikkeli, that is a development organization owned by the Mikkeli city. Then Business Finland, which is the organization that is promoting Finnish business abroad and also invest in Finland. And then our company Inseltrade. The trip will be a whole week, or the working days from Monday to Friday, 5 days trip. And I will now briefly go through the initial program of each day, but this program hasn't been fixed yet and is under possibility to have some changes and additions. But now you will get at least the understanding what kind of what you can expect from this trip and see if this is relevant for you or not. So the first day will be mainly traveling from Madrid to Mikkeli, and then to have accommodation there. There in the picture you can see a picture of Mikkeli and the lower picture of the hotel Kyyhkylä, which is a very nice peaceful place in the middle of the beautiful nature. And of course, I have tried to put here a little bit highlight what is the important thing of the day. And the first day is that you have your beer and you can watch the sun going down. And in a couple of minutes, it goes up even before you finish your beer. The second day is a Tuesday, and we will start with a presentation of the Mikkeli area businesses in general, and then also the local companies will introduce them. and you have chance then to meet them and discuss about possible businesses you could do together. It would be nice if you participate in this trip that you also give a short presentation of your company. We talk about like a sales pitch, which is 1 or 2 minutes, so everybody will know better what everybody is doing and get best out of these meetings. Then there will be a presentation of Ekosairila, which is a place built around the circular economy. So there are recycling area, there is waste treatment area, also biogas plant, and wastewater treatment station. And what is very special in this is that if you are planning, if your company is developing a solution for wastewater treatment, it's possible that you can install your solution that is still in the development phase in this station, and then you can have access to it over the internet and see how it's performing, see all the data, how it affects to the quality of the water that comes out of the station. So this is something that we don't know that it's anywhere else. This is a collaboration between Mikkeli city and then companies. And like I said, it can be a Spanish company who can collaborate with city of Mikkeli in this. And in the highlights, you can see a different links, for example, a video to see what kind of, how this area is working. And there is a 3D model of the wastewater treatment plant and the virtual tour if you want to see more and get to know the place before the visit. Then the second or the third day, Wednesday, we will split the team in 2 groups, which will have a little bit different visits. And these groups are defined in a way so that it will be in interest of the people, so that the people who join to group 1 will have a very similar type of visits and places, so that it should be interesting to everybody who joins to group 1. And soon I will show the group 2 and the program for that. But this, as you can see, there are many visits to the factories and plants, and you will be shown how the things work in practice, and you can make questions there, and you can ask how things has been built up and how they work, and is there any problem and any type of things. So really practical day. And in this day, I would like to highlight the ANDRITZ new machine workshop, which is in the picture in the above, the first picture on top. It's a brand new. You can still smell the paint, and it has been, I think it was this year when it was inaugurated. And the other great visit is here is this waste to energy power plant, which has ANDRITZ CFP boiler there installed. The other group for Wednesday is has a focus on mechanical wood processing. So there will be a heat treatment, how to heat treat wood to make it more resistant, and it can be used in the many places where the resistance is needed. And you will learn about that. Then there will be possibly a visit to the sawmill plant, and then maybe a plywood plant also. This, like I said, these are still options because we haven't been able to confirm them. And once we get them confirmed, anybody who is interested in this trip will get the update from Sami. You just contact to Sami and you tell that you will be interested to join this trip, and then you will be put in the mailing list and keep up to date of the changes and how this program is developing. But yeah, then also possible to hear about how the Finland is managing the forest and keeping them in a good shape, so there will be enough material and raw material available for sawmills and cellulose plants and paper plants and so on. Then the Thursday, we will move from Mikkeli. Okay, actually, before we go this, I can tell that we have actually here Jussi Heinimö from Miksei Mikkeli, also in this webinar.
Yes, yes, here I am. I don't know whether you are able to see me. But hello, everybody. I'm Jussi Heinimö. I'm from Mikkeli Development Miksei, and we are preparing this event together with Avebiom, Inseltrade and Business Finland. And thank you, Jukka, for your introduction of the program. I do not have anything to add. It was really comprehensive. And our company is an active member of Finnish Bioenergy Association, that is sister organization of Avebiom, and we are both members of Bioenergy Europe. And we have organized a similar type of visit 5 years ago, 2018, and it was quite successful. And I'm really looking forward to the next visit to Finland, and we are really working hard to make really successful program, and also able to tailor-made a bit the program according to the wishes of the companies. So you are really warmly welcome to the visit.
Okay, thank you, Jussi. So you will also meet Jussi when you join the trip and come to Mikkeli. Okay, then Thursday we will move to Helsinki, and Thursday we will visit also several plants. We have agreed on the Kivenlahti, and that is waste to energy plant, and LAITEX and INRAY have they have provided their solution, and there you can see them how they are working in practice. And then we are planning to have 2 more visits there. Those are still open, but then will be in a couple of weeks we will find out, and we will get them fixed. So the highlight is really to see this INRAY and LAITEX solution in practical use. And the last day, Friday, we will meet in the headquarters of Business Finland in the center of city of Helsinki, and there we will have several business meetings. And these business meetings, we cannot tell this now which companies will join, but they, of course, the companies who join will be related to this bioeconomy and have a solution and related to bioeconomy. And all this trip, when we hear about your interest to join this trip, we will, of course, listen to your wishes if you want to meet certain type of companies. So we will then invite that type of companies to come into place, so you can tell what your wishes are. You can still chance to tell what you want to get from this trip, and we will listen to your ideas then. And this program will be updated in coming weeks. So that is the program, and how you will join this if you want to join this trip. Then first we want to make this so useful to the participants that we don't want to make a very huge group. We don't want to have 50 people there because it's too much and it's hard to coordinate and make sure that everybody gets best out of it. So we have now limited to about 10 companies. We can of course check if there is a lot of need, then maybe a little bit more, but mainly there are limited amount of places. So if you really are interested in joining this, be quick and reserve your place, or at least give Sami a heads up and tell him that you are really interested in joining this, even if you cannot reserve yet the trip. But deadline is 19th of May, so after Expobiomasa. Even in the Expobiomasa you can still come and ask about this trip if you haven't been able to make the decision if you join or not. And then the registration to Sami, you can call Sami or send him an email and ask about more this. I will show his contact soon, and then so you know how to contact him. And to reserve the flights and the accommodation there, you need to contact to the travel agency, which name is 20ABR23. You will have also the contact to that travel agency. And what is included in this trip, it's trip price is flights, accommodation, and then the transportation to these companies that are being visited. Other things you have to be ready to prepare to pay yourself. For example, if you have your lunches and dinners, but we try to get some sponsors also for this trip, so you may have a very nice surprises in the evening if when the companies will sponsor you maybe a dinner or something. We are working on that, but we cannot now promise anything. I expect that there will be also something lesser activities. Okay, and the Inseltrade, mainly me and Sami, we will there with you all the time, all these 5 days, and you can always ask our help and what comes and any practicalities in during the trip, and also if you need a translation, we will help also with that. And here you have the contacts if you want to write down, but of course you will see this also when this whole webinar is shared with you.
So I think it's time to end this webinar. So I would like to thank everybody. So first of all, of course, to Avebiom for making this possible. And it seems that we have a very good audience, very good number of people listening. So thank you very much, Avebiom. Thanks also to the Finnish companies that have presented this, the solutions, as we have said quite many times already. You're most welcome to visit us in the stand in Expobiomasa. And of course, very much thank you to all the audience that were listening and having been here with us. Thank you very much. And if there is nothing else to add, I think it is time to close this event.